Welcome to Good Morning Football, everybody. We're in Times Square. We are live. This is the NFL Experience. Welcome to our new home right here in the middle of New York City. It's Tuesday, August 21st. My name's Kay Adams. We have Nate Burleson, Kyle Brandt, Peter Schrager. The whole fam is back together because we've got so much to talk about.
Oh, do we ever, Kay Adams?
More than halfway through the preseason. How you feeling about the landscape of the NFL right now?
I can see the opener. It's around the corner. Like, we're almost there. This is dress rehearsal week, and then it's ready to roll. And last night, little Monday nighter, dun, 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 dun. It got me going a little bit. You know what I mean? I like it.
It did. So let Kyle take us to Indy.
Okay.
We're on a little trip there. We'll go to Elmo. We'll get some, what is that called?
St. Elmo's. We get the shrimp.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Let's get some Ravens.
Horseradish.
The house that Peyton built. The house that now that man works in. Andrew Luck, his first home game in almost 600 days, and he was so excited, guys. First quarter, the Colts opening drive. Third down, come on, Andrew. No, knocked down. Colts forced to punt. It's all right. It's a slow start. Getting back into it, no big deal. Next play, Colts are punting, and the ball is fumbled by the Baltimore's Tim White. Not Tim Dwight from Iowa City. Tim White fumbles. There's a flag on the field, so we get the Colts back over on the Ravens 14. Next possession, 3rd and 7. You can tell Luck wanted a touchdown bad. He wanted this for the home crowd. Wanted a little too bad because he throws late and it's deflected and intercepted by Anthony Levine. Red zone INT. Luck runs off the field. He's going to talk it over with Coach Reich and everything, but it got deflected clearly on the wrong page with the receiver. Ugly play, but he would play another series. Frank Reich says Carson never did that last year. Come on, Andrew, get with me. Here we go. Next Colts possession. Come on, give me Doyle. Jack Doyle, 16 yards. That is Andrew Luck's first completion of the game, which means his first home completion in like 600 days. He's literally giving a thumbs up to his teammates. So Andrew Luck, it hurts. 3 plays later, give me Doyle again. That was the play of the night for me for Andrew Luck. A step up, the fastball over the middle, 16 yards and a first down. 3 plays later, we got another 3rd down. Nice little slant over the middle, Nate. We go to Chester Rogers, move the chains. Next, pass protection. Let's get into it. Nate Burleson deep in his thoughts on a Tuesday. That's why we love Nate. Lions blood flowing through those veins. Pass protection that was flowing through the backfield, though, for Indianapolis.
Yikes.
That was Ball So Hard University alumnus Terrell Suggs.
He looks slimmer, he looks faster, he looks angrier.
Future Hall of Famer, Peter.
Yes.
Yes.
He's having a Hall of Fame preseason right now.
He really is, and so is Zadarius Smith, at least on that play. So a couple of sacks for Luck. He's out. 5 series, 50 yards passing, interception, sack twice. But Joe Flacco, first ballot all preseason. Look at this. First snap, Joe, let that howitzer loose. I got your Lamar Jackson right here. He's chucking it 70 yards downfield. Oh, I wanted it so bad. And they knocked it down. I love that they dialed it up. They went to John Brown deep. More from John Brown in a minute. Second quarter now. Look at the hose on this one. Look at Crabtree on the far sideline. It's a great pass. It's a great reception. Flacco looks so good in the preseason. We're going to get into that after the highlight. Now watch this, though, guys. This is the play of the night for Baltimore. Oh, Nate, is that John Brown and just total swag?
What can Brown do for you? Back in the end zone, a little bobble, and you see him drag those feet. Check it out.
Can we see it again? No, they're not going to show it again. We got to show the rook. Lamar Jackson. Everybody wants to see Lamar. What's he got? Second quarter, his first drive. Ravens up 7-3. Going to go for Janeer. No.
No short.
No. Witt was all over him last night. Witt and Tess, the guys on the call, saying just not on the same page. Their next Ravens possession, we're going to go to Jordan Lasley. I like the deep shot, but the coverage is perfect. The ball's overthrown.
A little short, a little long.
A little short, long. Can we have the porridge? It's right in the middle. That's perfect.
This
one is nuts. Lamar, get down. Get down! Dude, that's not Wake Forest or Georgia Tech. Those are the Colts. Get down. I don't like seeing his head on the turf. I don't like seeing the ball come loose. RG3's like, dude, look at my career. Get down. You want to get down so you don't have to fight back from injuries. Third quarter, guys. Still in there, though. Now, Lamar, he says, screw it, I'm going to do Lamar. And he runs, and he is so fast, he beats the angle down the sideline, scrambles to his right. No big deal. Lamar looking flashy, looking fast, everything like that. But, guys, can we end on a high note for Lamar? Give us something to talk about all week, Lamar. We need segments. Touchdown.
Hey.
I love it. Chris Moore. Peter, tell us about Chris Moore.
Out of Wake Forest, he's had a really good preseason. Last week, he was the one who caught the deep pass from Lamar Jackson.
All right, well, he caught the short one, too. Guys, the Ravens win. Can I just tell you something that amuses me? Do you know the Ravens have won 11 straight preseason games? That is a record. That is nuts. The next longest is the Packers with 3 right now. 11 straight. They win again, and Flacco looked nails, guys.
He certainly did. Believe it or not, Flacco leading the league in passer rating so far this preseason, playing lights out. Let's have a bit of a mixed bag from rookie Lamar Jackson there. Joe Flacco looking solid in action so far this season. So based on what you guys saw last night, maybe the week before, the clips we're seeing from training camp, Anything to be said about this quarterback room, or is it all pretty set or done? It's Flacco and then Lamar Jackson at some point in the distant future.
Yeah, and the way it's looking, it could be very distant future. We had this conversation when they drafted Lamar Jackson, and I think we all agreed here at the table that Flacco was going to step up. He's been in this position before, and the way that he was talking about making sure that the young guy is going to come along great, it's almost like what I talk about when the young guys just come in after me, give them all the tools they need, and then go out there and prove to the world that I'm the best quarterback for the job, play at a high level, and still lead this team. Flacco's playing unbelievable. Now, can he carry that on to the regular season? That's what we're going to have to wait and see.
Flacco's having an outstanding preseason. Everyone I talk to in Baltimore says he's in the best shape he's been in years. He's focused, and Lamar Jackson maybe even lit a fire. Lamar Jackson, though, he's completing less than 50% of his passes. He showed that he got hit there. I think everyone at the table, everyone at home, is like, Lamar, get out of bounds. Like, these are things. It's a long ways off, I think.
Yeah.
That said, don't discredit the fact they could throw this guy in certain formations, put him under center, and cause nightmares for defensive coordinators. Just having him out there, running around, making plays. He can still complete passes. He can still do things. I still think he's part of the game plan. I still think he's part of the 53, and I still think he's going to make an impact this season. I just think Joe Flacco has no threat in the world from Lamar Jackson at this point.
I totally agree, and I feel like they're going to have 3 quarterbacks. And you told me that they haven't had that in forever, right?
Many years. They usually go 2 quarterbacks in a practice squad, but
I just feel like if I want to win a playoff game tomorrow with the Ravens, I'm starting RG3 over Lamar Jackson. If Joe Flacco's off the table, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like RG3's outplayed him a little bit this preseason. I'm more comfortable with him, so you have to keep those 3, especially given if you want to put Lamar Jackson out there in those formations that, you know, they're sort of risky. You want to have a guy like RG3 in the field. I know the same draft class as Andrew Luck, 1 and 2 there in 2012. They were on the field together last night, and I was like, we're talking about a lot of quarterbacks in the league showing out. RG3's looked good so far this preseason.
Yeah. He's one of the cool stories of the preseason. I look at that full screen we showed of Joe Flacco being by far and away the first and the best in the preseason. I just look at, like Joe Flacco's like, look at that. Because Joe Flacco's like, they drafted my replacement. He's going to take my job. Jalen Ramsey thinks I suck. I'm the only quarterback in the room without a Heisman Trophy. Wow, I'm the best quarterback right now on this team by far. And it's just, you tell Joe Flacco what he can't do, and you can cross out Flacco and write Montana. That's the story of his career. Put his back against the wall.
Joe Cool.
He can start for the Ravens. He can start for the Warriors. There's nothing he cannot do. And when we look back on Joe Flacco's career, this season, the whole thing, it's going to be, oh, is he elite and he's boring and he won that Super Bowl? No, the story of Joe Flacco is test him and he turns into an all-time great. He's incredible. And by the way, guys, I don't know how much Lamar is going to be on the field this year. I don't know that. This idea that we're going to have the Lamar packages, he's going to take over. Not if Flacco plays like that. Best quarterback in the league in the preseason, and is exactly what to expect from Joe. I'm proud of him. I'm excited for the Ravens to watch him.
You got what was the big question from Lamar Jackson throughout the whole draft process: success in college, but accuracy. 7 for 18, 7 for whatever it was last night. Then again, it hasn't really changed that story. Him and Josh Allen sort of had that cloud hanging over their heads going into it. Not that there isn't time now to prove that they can shake that off and adjust to the game, but for right now, Flacco. Let's go. All right,
great.
Plenty of other stories to get to around the NFL this morning. Let's check in on Carson. Wentz. He was cleared for 11 on 11 drills earlier this week. Hey, Carson, how you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, like I said, I think you guys kind of see me out there. I have really no hesitation, in the pocket when guys are around me, those things. I feel really good. But it's going to come down to if they feel confident in contact and when that is, I can't say yet.
We got to do it that way, though.
Elsewhere in the NFC East, Adrian Peterson officially signed with Washington yesterday. His first rushing touchdown with the Redskins to put him, guys, is pretty cool. And an elite group of backs with 100 career rushing touchdowns. You'll notice a lot of yellow, a lot of gold jackets. A lot of gold jackets on
That's an awesome full screen carry. I'm starry-eyed right now.
People,
That's
100
really cool.
career rushing touchdowns. We will have to wait and see if he tips the balance of power in that division, though. So using these whiteboards, I'd like you guys to power rank the NFC East offenses.
Just offenses.
Just offenses.
Teams, not complete anything. You have a Super Bowl champion from last year in the midst. I don't know,
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
All right, what do you got?
All right, I'll jump in, and here we go. We'll start with number 4. I'm looking at Washington, and, I would be contradicting myself if I didn't address the fact that having a new quarterback is going to take some time to kind of deal with the chemistry issues that I say about every team that has new players. And then on top of that, the injuries. Geis and Jordan Reed is fantastic, but we don't know what his health is going to be. Number 3, We'll go Dallas Cowboys. And as much as I love them and want to bump them up and say that they'll dominate this division, it's tough. I want to see what young guys are going to step up. And they look good in the preseason, but who's going to step up in the regular season without Witten and without Dez Bryant? New York Giants.
Wow.
I'm just excited about this squad. And I know with all the things that I just said, guys can get injured, new players on the field, all these things. I feel like they can put it together faster than most teams. And on top of that, they were like one of those fake bad teams last year. I remember, Kyle, you saying
No,
that.
they were real bad.
I know, but I'm just saying, to Kyle's point.
They're the most talented 3-13 team
Lot of
in history.
injuries.
In history, there's never been one.
And then, of course, Philly, baby. I'm going with them. This isn't the best team in the division. This is the best team in the entire NFL. And I'm not going to discredit them. I know there's a lot of teams that look good and look sexy on paper, but these guys look sexy because they have the jewelry, and they got even better since Super Bowl.
All right, I will go next. Redskins. I like what Washington's got. Just a lot of injuries. I got to go with Nate on that one. There's so
Who's
many
making
injuries.
the plays there, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Someone's going to step up. And I think Paul Richardson might have a big year. But number 3, I go Giants. Let's see it first, right? Like Saquon and Odell have not been on the field yet together. I want to see exactly what Pat Shurmur's offense looks like. They'll be better than last year if they stay healthy. The offensive line's a question. 2, I have the Cowboys as well there. I think offensive line. I think the Cowboys offense will be better than the Giants offense this year because of that offensive line and Zeke Elliott. I know what I'm getting. And then number 1, the Eagles. I can't take it away from them. Eagles won Super Bowl last year, and it was all offense in that Super Bowl. They lit it up. I don't know who's starting at quarterback week 1. I do not, and I feel like I know that team as well as anybody, and I can tell you straight up, no one knows who is starting at quarterback week 1 for that team right now. I still take them, even though they lost their offensive coordinator and their quarterbacks coach this offseason. Still love the talent.
Well, you're not going to love
Peterson.
this. Peter, you're going to hate this. I have the exact same list, so I'll be quick. Washington would have been really fun to see with Geis. I think he would be the old-fashioned John Riggins type running back. He's gone. It sucks. The New York Giants, you know that streak if they haven't scored 30 points? A lot of those games were a healthy Odell Beckham, and still they get to 30. I'm not going to consider their offense crazy. Dallas, best rushing attack in all of football. Yes, I'll put them at number 2. And then a big gap in the Eagles. You know what jumped out to what Carson Wentz said? Yeah. I think Carson Wentz, in all his patience, has finally reached the point where he's really getting sick of being asked about his health, because he said something in that clip where he goes, you guys see me out there. You know what I mean? Like, that to me was like, you see me. You know what I can do. I can ask him a million questions about it, but you see me out there. I'm ready to go. And I think he is frustrated. I think he will be out there, and I think he will be Wentz.
No leg, no Trey Burton, quarterback coach gone, offensive coordinator gone. You saw what happened with the Falcons after they lost their offensive coordinator. That big of a jump between the Eagles and everybody else. On paper, do the Giants not have one of the most talented offenses in the National Football League? You have to say they're top 3. Who else is there? Them, the Steelers, and the Vikings, potentially? Maybe the Kansas City Chiefs, the Rams?
Here's the difference.
They're top 5 in the NFL. They're the top 5 talented offense
everybody's
on paper.
We can't talk about the Eagles' losses without talking about their additions. Jason Peters and Darren Sproles and Mike Wallace and Michael Bennett on defense. I love it. I really think they're
the number 1 offense.
I think Wentz is that good.
And I'll say this. Doug Peterson is an offensive coach. So Dan Quinn with the Falcons, when they lose Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't do offense. So he's a defense. He's like, Sark, do it.
That's why the defense looks so good.
Doug Peterson, he was in charge of a lot of that stuff on offense.
Imagine what you're going to get with Alshon Jeffrey another year in that system. Jay
Hurt to
Ajayi
start
another
the
year
year.
in
You
that
don't know who the
system.
quarterback is week 1.
These guys are fantastic. The talent is through the roof. Everybody's good on paper right now. So being that I knew how this went every single year, where we're looking at each other in the locker room in the preseason and say, hey, we're going to be Super Bowl champs, and everybody's high-fiving. Every team's doing that in the locker room. Every fan base is celebrating. We got to wait to see if the guys can put whatever's on paper on the field in the regular season.
Love that. It's an exciting division. As always, more news on all the quarterbacks across the league, all the updates, and we've got 3 games on NFL Network for week 3 of the preseason. Check out Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. The Packers in Oakland to battle the Raiders. Then a doubleheader on Saturday. First up at 1 p.m., the Chiefs are visiting the Bears. Matt Nagy, that'll be a fun game for him, won't it?
Yeah, Nagy, Mahomes versus Roquan. There's a lot to watch in that one.
4 p.m., you got the Steelers playing host to the Tennessee Titans. That'll be interesting. Vrabel.
Yeah,
all the starters. This is Ben.
Big-time starters.
What we got.
Roethlisberger out there.
Dress rehearsal game. So sometimes, guys, you have to get angry, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You're angry at